Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review, kind of just talking about my opinion on the new IGN Fallout 76 documentary called The Weird and Wonderful Fans Still Playing Fallout 76. So this it's about a 45-minute documentary that premiered on IGN's YouTube channel. It came out 2 days ago. I heard about this over on the Fallout 76 subreddit, and I had no idea it was even being made until like 2 days before it was released. And I've been anticipating it for a while. I sat down and watched the whole thing last night, and it was really, really interesting. So yeah, how it starts off, and I'm not going to like spoil a lot of it for you, but I should say there are going to be spoilers in this video. So if you haven't seen the documentary, I suggest you go do that. I'll have a link to it in the description below so you can check it out that way. And honestly, if you don't even come back to this video, just go watch that documentary. It's really, really good. And yeah, if that's the case, I'll see you guys later. But if anybody else is sticking around to hear my opinion on it, let's get into it. So they start off by talking about the launch of 76 and how it was an absolutely atrocious launch. There were no human NPCs. People were really upset, not only about the game itself, but also the pre-order bundle and all that bullshit. I didn't pre-order the game. I mean, I bought it when it came out. Like, I think I paid like however much it was. Maybe it was like 60 or 50, 40. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't a full price game when it came out, but I could be wrong. I played when it first launched, and then I started playing again when Wastelanders dropped, and that's kind of where they start off for the video. And that's the case with a lot of people. I mean, when the game first came out, there were no human NPCs. It was all robots, monsters, and animals. And then with Wastelanders, they finally added some more humans, and I think that brought a lot of people back to the game. And a lot of the people and groups that they talk about in the video, some of them have been around since beta, but some of them actually, there was a resurgence because of the Wastelanders update. So again, I'm not going to go like super in depth. I want you guys to watch this, but I'm just going to talk about some of the different points that they make about 76. And honestly, I wish they had made a little bit more. There were a couple other realms about this game they could have touched on. They could have touched on maybe the factions a little bit. They did talk about roleplay, but and they did talk about factions a little bit, but I felt like they could have gone a little bit more into that, into the milsim, maybe a couple other things. But the things that they did talk about, the first big point was legacy weapons, and that was really, really interesting. I literally had I didn't even think that they would talk about that at all, but they did discuss the what do you call it, the whole eBay trading stuff with it. And honestly, I didn't even realize that was against Bethesda's terms of service. So Bethesda, if you see this, I'm sorry for buying my legacies for USD. Ban my account, whatever. I'll come and I'll talk to you guys and we can work it out or something. But anyway, so they talk about legacy weapons. They talk about how to trade them and stuff, which was honestly a little bit of a pet peeve. Getting the information about how legacy weapons are, obtained, how they're traded, blah, 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 and you put it on a platform where, like, I think close to 1 million people have seen this video so far, at the very least 100,000, it kind of ruins it. I mean, what basically the whole legacy trading thing, at least on the eBay sense, and honestly as a whole, it's kind of like, not illegal, but like the weapons aren't really supposed to be used at all, and it's kind of a secret trade with this stuff going on, at least under the nose of Bethesda. So I thought that was a little interesting that they kind of threw everybody under the bus with that. But I don't know, it's a story for another day. The other things they talked about were roleplay. Roleplay was one of the biggest parts of the video, and it kind of touches on a lot of different aspects. So the first one they talked about was Chad, a Fallout 76 podcast. Now, I have personally heard of this. I've been hearing about it for years. I haven't spoken to these guys or anything, but I am in a Discord where Chad, I think the leader of the Chad thing is, and I've seen him, talking and stuff. It's a podcast where people come together and they made up a story about 76. So if you're really into 76 and you want to hear some made up stories from across the wasteland, definitely go check out Chad, CHAD, a Fallout 76 podcast. It's really, really interesting. I listened to one of their videos, and it was really cool. They said they already have like over 40 voice actors, tons of different episodes, stuff like that, and it's all Fallout lore friendly. One of the interesting parts they talked about in the video was the fact that within the podcast, the characters have discovered that they can actually respawn, and they have a little story talking about how these people in the game are reacting to the fact that they can't die. And I thought that was really cool. They took all the elements from the game and tried to make it as realistic as possible. So that's Chad. The other thing they talked about was I forget what it was, but it was like Shakespearean Plays within 76, and there is a theater company on PlayStation, I believe, that will actually put on Shakespearean plays and perform them and upload them online, other plays as well. And I thought that was very, very cool. You can see them like making these small sets that were really awesome, and obviously the all the outfits and the camp items that the game allows us to have is very beneficial for stuff like that. So I thought that was very, very cool. They did touch a little bit on the like factions element, kind of like the Milsim stuff, but they really didn't do like a really deep dive into it, and I wish that they had. I guess that I am very thankful that they didn't, because that is kind of my realm, taking a deep dive and interviewing these factions. But I don't know, it's kind of funny. Yeah, that was really the bulk of what they talked about. I mean, a 45-minute video, like a lot of the time was spent, kind of just like describing stuff. So for me, it was things that I already knew, but I understand that. So yeah, they talked about roleplay, the podcast, the legacy weapon, stuff like that, and then it kind of just ended. Like after that, it kind of just ended. I was half expecting them, and they kind of did, the closing where it's like, oh, make, do the best with the hand you're dealt, that kind of stuff. But the ending I thought would be a little more inspirational. And it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't super inspirational. I felt like maybe they could have been like, these people like really like this game was shit and they're really making the best out of it. Like, kudos to these people. I'm not looking for cheers, but god damn it, a documentary about like my entire like interest, I kind of wanted a little more out of it. I was expecting maybe to tear up at the end or something like that. It wasn't as eventful as I thought it was going to be. It's not a bad documentary by any means. Trust me, I could never make something like, well, I don't know about that, but anyways, it really was awesome. And regardless of my opinion or not, this is a huge step for the Fallout 76 community. Getting a video like this made about it, not only are more people going to probably start playing, but more people will be interested in the kind of stuff that they had on the video. And yeah, I just think that this game, and I'm going to make a video about this sometime in the future about why this game means so much to me. But this game has something that has so many things that you can't get in other games. I mean, the first one I can think of is the whole buying and trading with other players. Yeah, sure, I bet there's a game out there where you can like trade shit with people, but come on. I mean, you can sell it for dollars. You could, just drop it. You could trade it. That alone is something that a lot of games don't offer. And on top of that, you got the whole building your base exactly how you want it. I mean, think about that. Yeah, Minecraft, you can build a house. What other games? I don't fucking know what else you can build a house in. Like Vigor or whatever. But this you can, like, I put down this fucking TV exactly in that place. All right, I'm rambling too much, but again, I think this documentary was incredibly beneficial for the Fallout 76 community, and I could not thank IGN enough for doing that. It was really such a great idea, and yeah, I wish more people would start talking about it now. So there we go. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say. I'm not going to make this a super long video, but I do suggest you go and watch this documentary. Give IGN some love. Put some stuff in the comments. Get people, interested in 76 again, and maybe they can finally see what this game is all about. So, once again, that was my review of the, the Wonderful and Weird People Still Playing, Wonderful and Weird Fans Still Playing Fallout 76, and that's a documentary by IGN. Again, I'll have it linked down in the description if any of you guys are interested, and until then, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.